Yo, shalom, shalom. What's going on? It's a little late one. Bonnie out, what's going on? ALC Chicago in the building. ALC Chicago in the building. That's what I'm talking about. Hey, hi. He looking at me like, you're like, brother, you did a class at 8:30? No, shalom, mother Bethia. Shalom, shalom, shalom. First and foremost, we're gonna give all honor and praises to the Most High for gathering us together here on this Wednesday night class. It's always a pleasure to be here with you. Um, and we will proceed with the class at hand. I mean, it's self explanatory. Trust the Most High. Trust the Most High. Because a lot of us, including me and many others, we trust in this kingdom, and we trust that it's going to just keep on going on and on and on and on. And what we got to realize that this isn't going to last forever. This isn't going to last forever, and we got to put our faith in Yahushua. We got to put our faith in the Most High. We got to trust in the Most High that all of our people, not just a select few, are going to have abundance and are going to live in abundance. They're not going to go through all these day-to-day struggles. That's what the ultimate goal is for all of us to enjoy eternal salvation. For all of us to no days without war. No days without death and hardship. Because no matter how you get it here, you still gonna have to work your tail off, and then before you know it, your life's gonna end, and then it's just like, well, what have you been doing for the Most High? You know, that's why Christ was saying, we gonna pay our taxes to Caesar, but we gonna pay our taxes to the Most High too. We gonna give him what he's owed, and what he's owed is our obedience. And if we can get like that, if we can get on that level of Abraham, just a little bit, get that faith too, with that obedience and do the works, we're well on our way. We're well on our way. So with that, I'll begin. So this is the book of First Maccabees. The book of First Maccabees 11 and 21. Then came ungodly persons who hated their own people, went on to the king and told Jonathan had besieged the tower. Now, yeah, there's a 2/3 of our people, and they've been here, and they've always been here. We can shout out the celebrities that you all know that's been getting in trouble this year and last year, but it's been happening. It's been happening time and time again, and we follow these people more than we follow the Most High. How you gonna follow somebody that really hates you? And not really hate you, they hate you because you got no power. That's why they hate you. That's why our women turn to other races of men. That's why our men do the things that they do. That's why our people do the things that they do, because we lack power. But if we knew Yahweh, our power, the God of Israel, who is this so-called ethereal black man, we know that we got all the power that we need. We got all the power that we need. And our kingdom is coming, right? Just like in the prayer, thy kingdom come and thy will be done. And it will be done. His will be done. And our kingdom will come on this earth. But we have to persevere. We have to endure. We have to cut out the noise. Right? I know there's a lot of things popping off right now. A lot of different things popping off, a lot of different distractions, a lot of the UFO talks and everything like that. Um, those could be just military, could be the U.S. military that's doing that. So we can't get distracted. We got to keep on doing these works, keep on being persistent, and we're going to let the Most High guide our paths throughout this kingdom because one day this will come crashing down. All right. One day that this thing will come crashing down. It says prophesy against the kingdoms. That's what our prophets was doing. Isaiah and Jeremiah in particular, who am I going to bring out? They're prophesying against everything that we're doing wrong. And there's nothing wrong with that. We got to take the correction and understand that this is a losing game either way, because we can't take it with us either way. But what we can do is do what Matthew 6:33 says and chase the kingdom and have everything that's frivolous added on to us. But the most important thing is to chase his kingdom, be in our scriptures week to week as much as we can, even if it's a minute, even if it's a minute, even if it's 15 minutes. You understand? Like 15 minutes for real could do a lot of damage. You know, 15 minutes can get you into 2 chapters, highlight a couple things, lead you on to a couple precepts, get you enlightened a little bit more. How much time are we putting in for the Most High? How much time? Because we know that these people, they ain't putting in no time. And Maccabees, these ungodly people that hate our own, right? We got to understand, like, why? Why do they hate their own? Because, I mean, I seen them little sculptures of them Romans and them Grecians. They don't look that great. All right. So it couldn't have been that they had looked better than us, or that their women were just so better than us. I didn't hear Paul writing talking about stop messing with them fine Roman women. Like I didn't really hear about that. So it wouldn't have been because we didn't look better than them. But we got to understand it in this time, you know, it's like having a foreign government over you and ruling over you and oppressing you, just like America oppresses you, right? Hold on 1 second. Yeah. So just like America oppresses you, Roman was oppressing Judea. Had to plug my battery in, or else this thing would have cut out. But and that's what I'm saying. There's nothing new under the sun. Just like how they were going through the oppression, we're going through the oppression right now. We've been taking turns playing musical chair with captivity. That's all we know is how to be a slave to another man and how to be a captive to another man. But because we're hard headed, we need to understand the lessons that have been um, bestowed upon us, the lessons that we should be learning right now. Now this kingdom is something else. There are a lot of mirages and a lot of fancy things, a lot of shiny objects, a lot of material things. But we're after the spiritual things. Some of us might have got a taste of it, but it's like a bottomless pit. It's never enough. It's never enough. So we got to make sure that we're not like these people in Maccabees and went on to their king and go to a different country. The ones that are oppressing you and side with your oppressor. We got to have courage, man, to be a zealot and to be against this kingdom because it's against the Most High. We got to have the courage, man, to stand up like Yahushua stood up. That's what we're about. You see this kingdom slowly, because remember the Most High says He's going to do it little by little. He going to take His time with this thing. Oh, you talking about I got Babylon and Sumeria and Egypt and Rome all in one? I'm gonna break this thing down nice and pretty. And if you with me, watch this. Watch this. Don't put your eggs all in one basket. All right. And that's what he's talking about, man. But what we can't do, man, is be a hater of our own people. Because there's no eternal life in that. There's no eternal life in that, man. That's like saying rakah to your brother, man. That's like cursing your brother. Going to the oppressor, calling the police on somebody, knowing that that's damn right death. That's almost death because you know they're gonna come guns a blazing. Isaiah 30:1. Woe to the rebellious children, declares the Most High, to those who carry out a plan that is not mine, who form an alliance, but against my will, heaping sin upon sin. I mean, what are the different ways that you could heap sin upon sin? You know, you got to go with an institution that's sin that's full of sin. You gotta. I mean, it's America. I mean, how can you not? It's this pulp culture. Everything that this country stands for, everything that she stands for, is against the Most High. So when we rebel and we want to do our own thing here in this country, we're doing the exact opposite of what the Most High intended. We're not supposed to do what you want to do, right? We have to have order, you know. In God's government, it's order. Paul even gave you an order. The head of every man is Christ, right? The head of every woman is the man, and the head of every child is the woman. And the head of Christ is the Most High. So there is an order and there is a structure, right? So we gotta trust in the plan. And I know that the plan isn't favorable right now to us, but that's a test. So as we go out, after we do our duties, you know, it's okay to strive for better, but you can't turn your back on the Most High while you're doing it. You can't turn your back on the Most High, man. You gotta keep your hand on the plow, two hands if possible. But we know how this life is, man. We know how this walk is. Sometimes you're gonna get tired, right? Especially if you pushing that plow all by yourself, you're gonna need some help. The laborers are few, you know, and that's why we gotta fish. But that's besides the point. We gotta go do his will, man, and we gotta trust in him. When Yahushai, when Yahushua was talking to this man and how his son had a sickness, he said, listen, your son's healed. Do you believe me? Man, in 2024, you're gonna say, hell no, I don't believe you. You're gonna have to show me. You nothing like the Pharisees. I mean, you just like the Pharisees then. You just like the Pharisees, you know. It's all about that faith, man. I mean, you got to understand that you can get out that jam with the Most High. We got a whole traveling Psalms, you know. Protect me as I go out and protect me when I come back in and keep me forevermore, right? I know I paraphrased, but we have to walk the walk and talk the talk. We have to walk the walk and we got to talk the talk, man. We still got to carry out this plan. We still got to carry out this plan. And the plan is to endure. To endure, because we're not better than the Most High. I mean, we're not above Yahushua. Okay, he suffered and he went through things. And we got to go through things. I know, and in your body, and a lot of us body, we might feel like, we went through enough. But maybe the furnace is a little bit longer than some other people's furnaces, right? Maybe when you get in the furnace and you're getting shown and approved through trial and tribulation, and the Most High is trying to work you out to be a diamond, maybe in order for you to be a diamond, you got to endure a little bit more. And maybe somebody has to endure just for a shorter time, right? Well, let's go back to the chat real quick. Okay. Let's go back to the chat. God, his will be done on earth as it is in heaven. That's for sure, because he's coming back down. He's coming back down, and this is going to be here. So the things that we build in here are going to be put on fire. They're going to be put to fire, right? Now, I ain't gonna hold you. Money answers a lot of things. It does have an answer for a lot of things. It has a remedy for a lot of things, but it's to be used as a tool. It is not spiritual. You're not supposed to worship this thing. It is a tool. It is like a hammer and a nail. You just get stuff done with it, and that's it. And usually the Most High provides that. Usually the Most High comes through and provides that, you know, because when there's a will, there's a way. But the only will that has a way is through Hamashiach Yahushua. And that's what following the laws and statutes and commandments, man. Because Yahushua ain't say nothing new. And I'm going to go through this on Friday, too. Okay, so we're going to bust out the book of John a little bit more and all of that. But anyway, seek ye first. That's right. Matthew says, man, seek ye first the kingdom. And that's something that's, you know, that's something I believe, um, we all kind of can see it, right? But at the same time, it's just the lust, though. It's just like the flesh that's kind of pulling you, you know, the other way. So we just got to conquer that. Got to conquer that. We got to know that when the Most High said, do you believe that your son is healed? Right? Do you believe that you're going to make it through next month if you do what I say? Do you believe that you're going to be where you want to be 2 months from now if you keep reading these scriptures diligently? Do you believe that I'm going to come through for you if you come through for me? So there's a relationship here. There's a relationship of trust and faith. And we got to trust and believe that when we do his will, we're going to get blessed. I mean, the blessings change. It's just like now, I just want to be blessed with good health. Just to wake up every day, man, just to feel alive and not feel sick. Because feeling sick can take you out a couple of days, man. And no one wants to be out a couple of days. So, we just got to pray smarter prayers. Realize that, all the vanity and all this stuff that's temporary is going to go away. But eternal life is at stake. Yo, Dollar to Dash. What's up? Shalom. Shalom. God. The spiritual things, aka technology, the ship's carrying properties. All right. Rocket, space, cruise ships. Okay, come. As far as the UFO things go, you got to understand that this white man has got. Listen, all praises to the Most High. He's trying to make it a fair fight. He's going to try to make it a fairest fight as it could be. And so whatever them demons got for him and whatever lie they sold him, they taking it and they running with it and they showing it off right now. For what reason? we have yet to figure out, but it will be revealed to us. Um, hopefully, later on this year. But yeah, it's a fascinating time. It's a fascinating time. Sometimes you'll freeze. Literally, the weather outside is 20. What are freezing hours? Black does indeed crack and break. Kind of, kind of doing that. He said, "Is Yar partial?" Nah, listen, man, we're not supposed to be a respecter of persons. We're not supposed to be a respecter of persons, man. And he's not partial. He judges everything as a nation. So yes, there might be one good white guy. There might be. I mean, hey, listen. There was an Elamite that shook my hand, like literally, shook my hand. I had Elamites smiling in my face. I've been reading the Bible this whole week. All nations at peace with me, smiling in my face and everything. But that does not mean that they're not going to get the punishment. They had us all in captivity, so they going to go in captivity for a time. So he's going to judge all nations, judges them righteously. He's not partial. He's not going to, all right, y'all were good. I'm going to leave y'all alone. No, he's judging nation by nation. Thus saith the Lord. Look at California. Yeah, look at, hey, man, California, y'all messing me up at work, okay? These Edomites was at my neck at work today because of all the stuff that's going on in California. All right? We all believe this. I honestly, yo, they said we all bleed the same. They say we all bleed the same. The wrong all being the end of those thumbs. Whoa. All right, yo. I don't know what you mean by that. Yeah, do we all have red blood? Yeah, of course. Of course. But the lineage of that blood, what is the lineage of that blood? That's why you have to go back and trace your fathers. That's why you got to identify yourself to the best of your ability of what nation that you really come from and where your father comes from. Because where your father comes from and the blood that he has in him, is going to determine your fate, right? Going to determine your fate, man. If you come from a forefather that's a so-called white man, you got a lot of karma on you. That's a lot of karma. Okay, that's all. That blood is murky. That is a murky, dirty blood that never can be cleaned. So, but anyway, yeah. But other than that, that's kind of wild out. That's kind of But God bless you though. Yeah, I don't know about that. Fissures is a term. My mom and I saw something the other night, but I'll talk about it later on Facebook. Oh, okay. I got you. I got you. It says fissures is a term. Yeah. I ain't gonna hold you. You gotta talk in plain English. You gotta talk in plain English, real quick. You gotta talk in plain English. I don't know what you're talking about. To be honest with you, you have to talk black to me. Now, but we like to have fun over here. We like to have fun over here. But anyway, let's get back to it. Let's get back to it. Trust in the Most High. Okay, trust in the Most High. Right. And how you trust in the Most High? The first thing is to listen and obey. Because if you can't listen and obey, then there's no trust. There's no trust. Hey, baby, I'm gonna be off work. Get ready. Meet me at this spot at 7. Right? Gotta listen and obey. If you're not at the spot at 7, it's probably gonna be a little argument, right? It's gonna be unsettling. So we gotta listen and we gotta obey. Abraham, he listened and he obeyed. About to kill his son. About to kill his son. Okay? Through instruction. So we gotta follow instructions. We gotta listen and obey. Because ain't none of us better than Yahweh Shai, and ain't none of us better than Abraham. because Abraham was called a friend of the Most High, and all he ever did was follow and come through for the Most High. So we have to follow and come through for the Most High in this kingdom, which is a tough task because there's a lot of spirits in this kingdom. That's in Revelations 18. It's the habitations of devils and spirits. It is the culmination of all the wickedness that guys like Nimrod brought through with that occult, right? That they're still worshiping these types of deities to this day. All right. But that's besides the point. Like you said, Judges 1 and 7, we could look at that a little bit later. Let's give me a second. Psalms 1 and 18, verse 8. It is better to trust in the Most High than to put confidence in men. It is better to put trust in the Most High than to put confidence in man. You know, because man's got game. You know, I've been dating a little bit here and there. You know, people like to be lied to outright. They don't want to know who you really are. You know what I'm saying? So how could you really put trust in people when you trying to be in a whole relationship and you got to lie to try to keep that person with you? Man, I'm not with that. I'm not with all that. I'm not with all that. I want to mess with a power and a deity, you understand, that's not like man, that's not fickle, that won't turn me on and turn me off because I say the wrong thing or do the wrong thing or won't comply with something. You know, I want something that's constant, that stands 10 toes down on what they say. And as we know in John 17 and 17, the Most High is a spirit and he's not ruled by this flesh at all. So what he says he's going to do, he's going to do it. And we got to understand that he's going to give us so much abundance out of this kingdom for all the hardships that we've been through. All we got to do is just show him some love and go to a Passover because that's how you show love. Love is an action word, love is a verb. The verb is a word, right? Verb, verb, verb. Verb is a word. Huh? Y'all know what I'm talking about. What was that? Q-tip? But yeah, man, we put way too much confidence in man. And it's that Donald Trump, you see people putting confidence in him. We got to understand that the Most High uses these people, uses the kings of the earth. That's like his chess pieces, right? And we know it, and we know what he's using them for to usher in that apocalyptic nuclear war, right? So this earth can be bathed in fire, right? So we can't be too caught away with the affairs of this world. But it's a skill. It's a skill. It is a skill. I think it's a skill. All right. I think it's a learned skill. Some things you got to learn to do, right? Before you walk out the house when you say the traveling psalm, that's a skill. You got to learn how to do that. You got to, you got to have it in you. You got to have the love of the Most High in you. Don't get me wrong, but it is a skill. To be thankful after you had a bowel movement, that's a skill. To be thankful that you woke up today, too, as well, and to know how to do that. That's kind of a skill too. You got to train. You got to train and do it, right? Praying 5 times a day, that's a skill. When are you going to pray 5 times a day like King David? Are you going to pray at 9? You're going to pray at 12? You're going to pray at 5? You're going to pray at 11 o'clock at night, right? When you think about that, praying the 5 times a day, which is not a Muslim thing, it's very much a Dawood thing, a David thing, a King David thing, a Judah thing, right? When we praying 5 times a day, that's a lot of discipline too, as well. Because how you go about doing it, you got to be ordered and you got to be structured. And if you're doing all that for the Most High too, as well, how diligent you are when you do that. Now, I know not everybody prays. I'm just saying, like, the dedication and the trust that what you saying and what you sending up is coming back down and being received. right? When you set it, you can forget it because it's going to happen, but it's going to happen in the Most High's time. That's almost a skill too. That's almost a skill too, man. Because, and this is what grace is all about, man. It's about practicing good habits. It's about practicing good habits. I'm going to try to refrain from a lot of the law and the spirit and Paul and Jesus and all that type of stuff. I'm going to try to say that for the next class. But if I blur the lines, so be it. Now let's move on. So it's a skill. Putting the faith in the Most High is a skill, right? We got to trust in the Most High. This kingdom's going down. It's going down little by little. So the Most High, listen, if the stock market crashed yesterday and everything was going down, of course people are going to be like, man, forget that. I'm going to read Revelations, But it's not happening like that. It's happening low key. It's happening behind the scenes almost. You got to kind of be a watchman and really dig into it to see the signs and see that this thing is slowly deteriorating. But it is deteriorating slow, okay? But it doesn't mean that you can't put your faith in the Most High, right? Even though this kingdom is still here, doesn't mean that God's not going to burn this thing down. So it's better to invest in spiritual things than in material things. Right? We got this Passover coming up. So this is another journey to this Passover. And it's going to be a fun one. It's going to be tough. It's going to be fun. And I can't wait to get to it, man. I can't wait to get to it because I have trust, and we have trust that when we do Deuteronomy 16 and 16 and we all show up like we're supposed to, good things is going to happen. Good things is going to happen to us, whether that be in health, whether a mental health, whether that be in new friendships, whether that be in new opportunities, new networking opportunity, whatever the case may be. After you leave there, you should feel better than better. Your spirit should be on an all high to go out and to have a great summer. That's what this thing's all about. All right. Psalms 53. Let's get this. Psalms 56 and 3. When I'm afraid, I put my trust in you. This is what I'm saying. And this is David. David is just, man, miraculous. That's why I don't be understanding, man. People be needing to quote David more than be quoting Paul. Because it's like every step this man takes, it's like, yo, the Most High, I just took a step. Am I going to make it? Yes, my son, you going to make it. Hey, the Most High, I just opened a door. Is it going to be anybody that's going to try to vanquish me? No, my son. Hey, can I vanquish them? And how do I vanquish them if they're going to attack me? He is just step by step. Like he don't do anything without the Most High. He feels and he believes in calling on the Most High for every little thing because he feels like he needs his authority, and he does. And when you have the Most High's authority, you can do wonderful things. You could be an absolute legend in the Bible when you do things according to how David did it, right? This man was a whole superhero in the Bible, and that's all he did was just stop and Most High. That's all he did, man, was just acknowledge the Most High and everything that he did. And that's what we have to do. And it's a skill too. You can say it's something that you're born with or whatever, but I believe it's a skill. And I believe the more you fall in love with this thing, the more you fall in love with doing the law, statutes, and commandments, the more you read, the more you get into it, and the more you want to do it. Because the biggest thing about this is your participation. Right. I know that our sisters that's on the chat, we participate. We actually go out. I see y'all. We do things for y'all on the chat that's just talking, you know, self-reflect. What have you been doing physically for the Most High? Have you been doing the Passover? Have you been doing these high holy days to show yourself approved? Because I'll say it like this. Listen, if the Bible is a test and Yahushua comes in the volume of the book, I'm going to study the old stuff and the new stuff. The things that we learned in the first semester in the beginning, and then the things that we learned close by winter break. So when that final exam comes, right, around December, late December, I want to make sure that I know everything. Now, if you think that you're just going to just study the end of the book and study all the things that you just learned in the New Testament and not be quizzed on the Old Testament, that's on you. But I want to rehearse, and we want to rehearse as a body and as a family. We want to rehearse the whole righteous acts so that we're the most prepared, especially if we truly are judged by the book. We want to do the things in all of the book, right? And that's another reason why that the Most High is not partial, is because Christ is in the volume of the book. He's in the Old Testament and the New Testament, and he's quoting the Old Testament in the New Testament. But like the Pharisees, man, you know, it's just you just can't see it. You can't see it. You can't see someone that's greater than Moses. You can't see it. You can't see it, man. Can't see it, and it's right in front of your face. Don't be like that. Don't be like that, man. This kingdom is going down. It's right in front of your face. Turn to the Most High right now. Turn to the Most High, man, and get in your Bibles and study. Get in your Bibles and study, man. All right. Let's go back. Okay. Con, I'm on con. Oh, wow. David, the one who conquered, could get the jar. The one with Wonderful Bryce and Solomon. See, and that's like, you're so ready. See, with me, I'm doing this class because I'm sorry for all the sins that I've done. First and foremost, that's why I do this. Um, and I'm sincere in what I do, and I put my all in what I do, right? I just don't understand how someone that may or may not have as much baggage as me can come on here and be so quick to just spew these little things that you spewing, pew, and you judging. You talking about David too. David was a man after the Most High's heart. Okay. Okay. You talking about King David. That man, you can't light a candle to that dude. Okay. That man, he said, can the sun be still? Can the sun be still? So I can vanquish my enemy. That sun stood still. You understand what I'm talking about? So you talking about David, I mean, that's a whole different individual. That's a whole different individual. And I don't understand what you're talking about though. I don't know. The one with more brides than Solomon, David, the one who conquered Kirth Kirthajarba, the ones with more bride than Solomon. He called on the god to attack the deaf, blind, and lame, but he said, he's a thief. He's a thief. So listen. I didn't say it. You said it. So you're gonna have to deal with that though too as well. So you don't really want to talk so loosely with your lips. You want to actually reread First Samuel, the Second Chronicles, and we'll revisit this too. But you know, King David was a righteous dude, bro. He was a righteous dude, and the Most High was working with him, and he did things that me and you did not do. Did not do. Okay. and he was just a one of a kind type of what type of guy. Hate him or love him, but that's my dude, and that's where my spirit comes from. You know, and a lot of us feel like we're warriors. A lot of us feel like fighting and rebelling against this kingdom, and a lot of us do. But we got to have that discipline, like David had, and we gotta how do you say we gotta take the a step back and let the Most High handle our affairs. You know, because the Most High said that he was righteous and he was a man after his own heart. Then who am I? I'm just trying to get like David. You know, so I'm not gonna be out here doing all of that. But anyway, dang, this class. Hey, I ain't gonna lie, it's 40 minutes. Okay. Yeah, but I mean, the David disrespect, that's okay. But it's like, it's feminine though. And I think that you're a woman too, right? It's just, you got to remember, like, this kingdom, though, it's, we're used to bashing the so called black man, right? And we're used to bashing people. But remember, Christ was washing people's feet, right? And he didn't have to wash nobody's feet. He didn't have to wash Peter's feet. Peter was like, yo, you ain't gonna wash my feet. Oh, no, 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 no. But he put himself, he said, what? Hold on, let's go to this. Let's go to this real quick. Let's go to this real quick. Oh, I got this. Let's go to, I'm gonna skip around. I'm gonna skip around. I'm gonna skip around. Yeah, but see, I got a class going on. Shiraraza, the Anna Adasa. I got a class going on, so I can't like skip with you. But that's what I'm saying. Like, that's the problem with our people though, because you're not listening. You know what I'm saying? You're not listening to the class in its entirety and the spirit of this class. This class is for real people going through real things that might say, you know what? I need to get this money, and I'm going to turn my back on the Most High. You know what? I'm going through it with this, and this. The affairs of this world is too much for me. I'm going to turn my back against the Most High. What I brought out this class today is to restore your faith in the Most High, to know that this kingdom is temporary. Have a good name in this kingdom and leave out with a good name. But try to shoot for the stars, man. Try to be like King David, man. Try your best to be like Yahushua, you know, because this may be our only chance to do it. And we're not doing anybody any good by critiquing some of the best men in our lineage that's ever lived. It don't make no sense. I'm glad that the Most High didn't build me like that. That's all I got to say. That's all I got to say. But anyway, but anyway, let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. So we'll get back to it. I'll save John for last and everything like that. But I'll do more of that on Friday too, because that's where I really want to deep dive in this thing. Now, Isaiah 20 and 5, right? Those who made Cush their hope, in Egypt their boast, will be dismayed and ashamed. And how these people do it here in this kingdom, it makes you want to be a part of it, right? All the celebrities and the red carpet stuff and the award shows and all these type of things. It just kind of hooks you in, but it's all gonna be, hey, and if you know what these people did, if you knew what these people did behind the scenes, man, right? So don't make this president your hope, right? Don't make these politicians your hope, especially no dang Brandon Johnson. He ain't doing nothing for nobody. All right, I don't know about him, man. I just do not. I don't know. I don't know about that, brother, man. He's got to repent. He's got to repent because what he's doing should be illegal. I'm sorry, but but that's what it is, man. We putting our hope, man, in this thing. We putting our hope in these men that will sell you out in a heartbeat. But the Most High never sold you out. He punished you, but he never sold you out. Never sold you out. So I don't understand why we got to have all this smoke for King David. If I'm reading these comments that said that this person is putting on there, I don't know why we got to have smoke for King David. All right. What we got to do is figure out why the heck we're here in the first place. And we got to figure that out right now. We got to figure that out right now. Why are we here in the first place? And what does my salvation have to do with anybody else but me? All right. What does King David got to do with me going to the Passover, sleet, rain, and snow? What does that have to do with my salvation? Talking about other people. Because that's all we do in Israel. Is we just talk about other people, but we don't do. You know? So we just have to, and then some people are just gonna, talk and talk and talk. The comments probably still posting. But we gotta listen more. Listen to the message. Listen to the message, right? Because it said Christ, right? We want to be Christians. You want to follow Christ, right? Christ said to listen, not to hop on a chat and a live video and just spew off your talking points. Listen to the message. Be humble. Be humble. Be humble. Right? Be humble. And that's why I like this too, right here, right here. Gotta be humble. That's why I like this right here. Love all to you, brothers, for taking the time out to teach class, right? Because you don't know what the brothers go through from teaching the class. You don't know how Satan was attacking me today in order to get to this class. You understand? But anyway, moving on. No. Yeah, yo, I ain't gonna hold you. I ain't gonna hold you. Listen to a message from a listen. Listen, this is what I'm talking about, yo. Is this the spirit though? Is this the spirit that y'all want? Is this the spirit that y'all want? I know Satan attacks everyone daily, but he enters into people too as well, right? Before Icarus, before Judas Issachar did what he did, Satan entered into him. Did that mean that he was Satan? Nah, but they had the same motive. So that goes into the narrative if Jesus was God or not, too, right? Just because someone has the same motive doesn't mean that they're the same person. But anyway, slave master in training. Now, I get excited when you talk about that. Because if you talk about putting white women in like little nice little gold chains, ooh, yeah, okay. Okay. Now you're talking. But a captain, I'm not a captain yet. Not a captain yet. I may be on sergeant level though. Hey, hey. No, but for real though, I just feel like it's like, come on, man. I don't know. I don't know if this is the spirit, man. I don't know if this is the spirit. But this is our people though, because we gotta convince them. I'm gonna do it with kindness. Want to run a roll the Q&A link on the screen. Right. Let me see it. Let me see it. Hey, Alberto, thank you. Thank you, Alberto. Okay. You gonna be my best friend, dog. Like King David was a righteous man. What we got smoke for King David for? Come on. If anybody had trust in the Most High, it was David, yo. It was David that had trust in the Most High. It was David. It was David. Well, I don't know, man. I mean, it is what it is. It is what it is. But that's great. That's great. That's great. Q&A, Q&As, Q&As. Can we get it? Oh, yeah, right there. don't see it on here though. Yo, Danny Longwolf, Shalom, brother. Shalom, brother. Con. Oh yeah. Well, I mean, it's like he was truthful though. He was truthful. That's what it means, right? It was just truthful. He was sincere. Okay, that's what Sadiq means. It's truthful. He was sincere. So the Most High loved him, man. That's what he was. He was that guy, you know. But anyway, let's get back to it. Yeah, Khan on one. I seen that. But that's who we should. That should be our role model. I mean, Paul be our role models, but me, I'm David, man. I'm King David all the way. Because that man, that shows you, King David shows you how to pray. I'm talking about um any situation that he has, he's put his trust in the Most High first, right? Now, these other men are putting their trust in the system. They're putting their trust in the system. Some sisters, we got sisters on here, right? Some sisters put their trust in reconciliation with the state and they get the divorce for that money on. And they put trust in that, okay, and not the actual reconciliation with their husband. They put faith and they put the trust that they gonna get broke off from that divorce. Okay, so people put their trust in different things. People put their trust in different things. How is that not past destruction? I don't. I don't know where you're going with this. I really don't know where you're going with this. I don't. I really don't. I don't know where you're going. Honestly, I don't know where you're going with this. But you can. But I'll go through these and I'll see what's going on. But just hop on the Q&A on Saturday. I'll be there too. Hop on the Q&A for the next one, and then we can dive into it. But it's cool though, man. I like it. I like it. I just it's just the thing with me though. I'm just like, but why is there people out there like that? You know, just listen to the message. Why we got smoke for people? And they're still putting in stuff. All right. Anyway, back to it. Back to it. Let's get it. Hey, Psalms 27:3. Though a host, this is King David, though a host should encamp against me, my heart shall not fear. Through war should rise against me. In this I will be confident. I will be confident. And who is all around us in this kingdom? Our enemies. You know how many times I go to work, I'm like, I know this. I know she wants to get. I know she would love to see me gone. If I say the wrong thing to this person, I know he would love to see me gone. I got enemies at work. I got enemies in my own home. We got enemies everywhere creeping and crawling. We got enemies everywhere creeping and crawling. And that's Psalms 83. You know, they all these different nations of men have come together in agreement to snuff us out, man, to wipe us away from remembering who we really were. And we got to be confident, like King David was confident that we were going to get it together. And we are getting it together. All praises to the Most High. That throughout all of the divisiveness, all of the cover-ups, that we still are slowly coming back to who we really are. They can't stop it, and they won't stop it. And that's the most beautiful thing about this thing, is that even though we got our enemies encamped around us, still, just like King David, as long as we got the confidence that we can get up out of this thing, we are going to get up out of this thing, right? And on top of it, we're going to be at peace at peace with men, all right? Because we're not the warmongers. Let's see something real quick. Let's see somewhere. Military budget 2025. All right, so I'm gonna check. I'm gonna show y'all something. I'm gonna show y'all something. Can't stop, won't stop. I know that's right. You said Psalms 3, 4, and 5 are one of my favorites. I already know that's right. I know that's right, brother. Hey, my brother, there is no such thing as Old and New Roman Testament. The keep on this line. All right, yeah, con. Hey, man, Christ is in the volume of the whole book. He's in the volume of the whole book, man. You could read it like a story if you want, but it is a puzzle piece. So you could, you know, start right here and then end up there and then go from new to old, however you want to do it. However you want to do it. However you want to do it. You're good. You're good. There's no wrong way. Like I said before, as long as you could dedicate a little bit of something for the Most High, a little bit, you're gonna be all right. And if it's just 1 minute with these scriptures, you're gonna be all right. 2 chapters. Now you talking. A whole book. Now you really talking. Right? Because we trying to transform out here. We trying to transform into a whole nother person. And we gotta have trust and we gotta have faith that if we do read these things and we stay reading it, then we can transform and become a favorable man like a King David. Okay? Alberto, man, I like you, man. I like you, bro. A lot of people said that they are in grace. How should I die for us and we don't have to follow the commandments? Yeah, we're going to get into that on Friday. Because that's what I really want to crack into too as well. So but we're going to say that for Friday. So just stay tuned, brother. I got you. And as always, man, if we can agree to disagree, whatever you bringing out, we can swap it out. But I love discussing it with you. Can't stop, won't stop. All praises to the Most High. Yahweh Shem HaMashiach Yoshai. Come, mother. That's what I'm talking about. Kwam Yasharala family. We are strong in this thing. And we are strong with numbers, man. And we have strength in numbers. Because we do believe that if we do these works, that the Most High is going to come back, man. And he's going to make his way. Make that grand entrance. And he's going to split that sky open. And that's going to be a sign for your behind. But anyway, Proverbs. Right? Oh, yeah. Another thing, too. They're attacking our women. Remember, in Ecclesiastes, a gift spoils the mind. All these positions, all this notoriety, the black girl magic, they're trying to corrupt our sisters, man. And our sisters have woken up a little bit now, too, and they're fighting back. So give a round of applause for the sisters, you know what I'm saying, slowly waking this thing up, because our sisters are being attacked out here, and they're being spoiled with all these frivolous gifts that don't mean no damn thing. And it's Luciferian in nature, because that game, that's that same game that Satan had ran on Eve, and that's the thing that's plaguing us too, as far as the relationships. We don't know who each other is. We can't even trust each other because the first thing we do is lie about who we are. We can't even be truthful to one another anymore. And that's why this kingdom's got to go. What do I look like hiding who I am just because I'm afraid that somebody won't accept me? Man or woman. It's crazy. It's crazy. We might as well all wear turtle shells and just hide in it as soon as you ask the question. Or something like that, right? We can't hide from one another, man. We Israel, man. We got to keep it 100 with one another. Listen, Proverbs 16:7. When a man's ways please the Most High, he maketh his enemies be at peace with him. Because remember, we can't just go out and just wilding out right now. Man, we got to have peace, man. We got to show peace, especially the image that they have us in, the criminal image, especially if you got locks, criminal. He's gonna steal a Jeep right now. Look at him. He's stealing that Hyundai. He stole mine 2 years ago. I know them dreads when I see it. criminal. We got to change that image, man. We got to change that image. And the only way we're going to change it if we get washed in His Word. For those of you that listen and adhere, you know, take the message. For those of y'all that want to keep on spouting anti-King David stuff, keep it going. But it is what it is. But it is what it is. Second Chronicles 17:10. And the dread of the Most High fell upon all the kingdoms of the lands that surrounded Judah, so that they did not make war against Jehoshaphat. What I'm trying to say to you here in this one was that, dread, it means fear. He can make them fear you. So afraid they won't fire you from your job. So afraid they might not prosecute you if you get caught up. You never know. Anything's possible in the Mashiach. But you got to believe that. So I say again, if a Mashiach came up to you and told you that your cousin with sickle cell was healed, would you believe him? And that's something you got to ask for yourself. And that's something that you got to ask for yourself, man. Because that's what it really comes down to. Would you believe that if you do everything in this book, that something good gonna happen to you? And that's really what it is, man. And be not thou oppressor. That's our stumbling block right there. That's my stumbling block. I'm out here with the oppressor right now, looking at things that I can't get, seeing things that I can't touch, seeing things that I may not be able to eat because it's too expensive. And that lust from being a young boy wanting it, it does drive up. And you do end up envying those around you. You say, man, Most High, why aren't you blessing me like that? Why aren't you blessing? Man, He's blessing you with something, but you can't see it yet. Remember, the Hamashiach said, man, there's many mansions in my Father's house. Hey, tell you what, I'm going to go there right now, and I'm going to prepare you one too. So I would rather be preparing for my house that Yahweh has built me than any realtor that would sell me a dream. Any one of them. Anyone. Because you never know in this country. It could just all fall in the flip of in the blink of an eye. In the blink of an eye. But He will cause them to fear you. Bend them to your will, man. You can play with these people, man. Sometimes, man, when you're doing everything the Most High told you to do for the week, man, you go in and nothing can touch you. Everybody's smiling in your face. People are shaking their hands, nodding that you never seen nod before. You thought that he was racist, and you figure out he do a whole lot, and it just whatever the case may be, right? But most and foremost, we got to remember that they fear you. They fear you, first and foremost, because you got that eternal life, and you have a chance to change your destiny, and they do not. They are converts. They are kind of like. They stole your true identity. Old girl talking about a thief. Save your smoke for Amalek, the one that's prophesied to get snuffed out from the remembrance of heaven. Save your smoke for him. Trying to snuff out a people that just got through the Red Sea, that may be a little bit tired. Try to get them while they're down. That's how that so-called white man does when he try to always get us when we're at our weakest. That's why they can't beat Superman without that kryptonite. They can't beat him without it. They can't beat him without it, man. You understand? And that's what's holding you back. The kryptonite of this nation. The kryptonite of the mind state of this nation. Because being a Gentile is a state of mind. And that's why we got to get up out of her. Get up out of her ways, Her ways are not the Most High's ways. Her customs are not the Most High's customs. They're not as beautiful as the Most High's customs. There's no true unity. There's no true unity, man. All right. But anyway, I digress. I digress. Right. Let's get let's see here. Get Proverbs real quick. Proverbs 3 and 31. I'll get back to the chat in a minute. I'm just kind of zoned out. Back to the chat in a minute. Proverbs 3. Hey, no harm, no foul. Though. I don't mean to seem rude, cocky, or none of that. I am not that dude. I'm just very passionate about this Bible. I'm very passionate about our King David. That's someone that I've always looked up to, even when I was younger. Even our gang members, when the Italians, the greasers, remember Greece? Yeah. When the Italians were forming their gangs and their greaser gangs in the city of Chicago, we had to retaliate against them. And we had found courage in King David in those scriptures. And that's what manifested the gangs in a righteous way to vanquish the so-called Philistines or the Italians. All right. We're just kind of putting what he did and fast forwarding it to that time. But King David is an inspiration, man. He's an inspiration. It's not to be played with. It's not to be, you know, it's not to be I don't know. I don't know, man. I got a lot of things in my book. I don't want that. That's all I gotta say. That's all I gotta say. That's how much I fear the Most High. And I may not fear them as much as I think, but as far as talking slander and David, I'm not doing that. I'm not going. You're gonna have a lot on my book. There's gonna be a lot on my book, and I'm gonna be like, yeah. But you're not gonna find me slandering King David in that book. All right, y'all can try, but not me, not I. Okay. Uh, let's get Proverbs 3. I think it was 13. No. Hold on, y'all. Y'all like that, huh? Let's see some more comments. 3 and 31. No, that's Proverbs. Where we go? Yeah. And be not there all precious shoes on his ways, right? Because we did that. We did that. And that's what I'm saying. Like, hey, and how you get money, man, it is a thing too in this nation, right? The curse of the Lord is in the house of the wicked. So how you get it is how you're gonna get judged too, you know. Not all money is good money. You understand? Because we're talking about real life, you know. And a lot of us are going to fall to the wayside because of what's out there that we're missing. Because it's Israelite life, it's not boring, but to technically, you know, you're going to be staying in on Friday sundown. You're going to be staying in on Saturday, you know, for the most part. And it's going to be a change of a lifestyle. And that's really what the stumbling block is that Israelite lifestyle, you know, is it going to fulfill you? And you got to figure out why it does or why it doesn't. You got to figure that out fast. Because the Most High doesn't like hot and, lukewarm. He wants it hot or cold. Is you with it? Or if you with it, then go with it all the way. If you not, then don't even mess with it. If you doing the Charlie Brown with it, you know, that's a no-go, right? Because that's wickedness in itself. Let your answers be yay or a nay. Is you with it or not? You know, is you with me or not? Is you gonna come up on here and gainsay, or is you gonna come up on here and you gonna learn something? You know, it is what it is. But it's all good though, man. Y'all my people, man. I love y'all, man. We got dysfunction, we got trauma, we messed up. Some of us is just crazy as hell. Let's be honest with you, but I love everybody. But I love everybody, and I'm rocking with everybody. And whether we agree or we disagree, we still family. And we cannot be like that. We cannot be like them. If we agree or disagree, you still my brother, you still my sister. I'm rocking with you. I'm coming over there if you call me in your time of need. I don't care, right? Because that's what it's about, man. That's what it's about, man. It's just a little things. We could disagree on little things in these scriptures. All right. We can gainsay and we can talk the smack. But when push comes to shove, I'm gonna be my brother's keeper. AOC gonna be his brother's keeper. And they haven't done me wrong yet. And they haven't done y'all brothers and y'all sisters wrong yet. You know? And that's what it is. And that's just from my soul, shorty. You know? This is real stuff. This is real Bible. This is real book with a real person talking about real life. This is how I like to rock. This is how I like to rock. Jeremiah 17:5. Thus saith the Lord, cursed be the man that trusteth in man, and maketh his flesh arm, whose heart departeth from the Most High. You know, and it's just like since Yahweh Shai is the volume of the book, and he said, "Eat of his flesh," and his flesh is the word. I mean, really, everybody's supposed to be reading this Bible. There ain't really no way around it. You know, there ain't really no way around it. You know, there ain't really no way around it. Second Chronicles 16:12. In the 39th year of his reign, Asa became deceased in his feet, and his malady became increasingly severe. Even yet, in his illness, did he not seek the Most High, but only the physicians. This is our problem here. We seek out everybody's opinion. We want a person that's X, Y, and Z, but we don't want a woman that studies the scriptures. We want X, Y, and Z from man, but we don't want a man that's got a Bible in his house. That's not the first thing that we say, right? We want all vanity and no substance. And where's that going to get you? Where's that going to get you, man? It's health over wealth. Jeremiah 39:18. For I will surely rescue you so that you do not fall by the sword. Because you have trusted in me, you will escape with your life like a spoil of war, declares the Most High. And that's what's going to happen. It happened in Jeremiah's time. It's going to happen here too. You 1/3 out there and you 2/3 out there, you've been put on notice, right? If you want to escape with the skin of your teeth, all you got to do is have a little bit of faith, man. Put a little bit of trust in the Most High and knowing that if you go to a Passover, it's going to change your life. You get that brotherhood, you get that knowledge, you get that wisdom and understanding, which was fear, which is why that you came there in the first place. It's going to change your life forever, man. But you got to understand that Satan's trying to block you from that blessing. It's not that this thing is a cult. It's not that. It's not that. Y'all be listening to that VH1. That was a cult. That little love and hip hop. That's a dang cult. You know, to be honest with you. You know, all of that, everything. You can say that about anything. The root word of cult is cult for culture, right? And what are the top three things for a culture? Is what I said the last week. It's food, right? I mean, you can say language, but it's food. It's the way you dress, right? There's a lot of things that go into it. A lot of things that go into it. But we got to trust and believe that this Bible is true. What I'm saying, I'm a man. When I'm saying that, I'm lying, but I'm coming from the Most High. I'm coming from Jeremiah 17:5, and it's saying that that trusted is the man that trusted man is cursed. Okay. But it also say that if you trust in him, you're going to have life and you are going to escape death. Okay. And you got to believe that, man. You got to believe that. Because everything you do here is going to become to waste, man. Leviticus 26 and 31. I will make your cities waste and bring your sanctuaries onto desolation. And I will not smell the savor of your sweet odors, man. So all this sweet stuff that you culminate in here, and it's not of the Most High, it does not have that solid foundation, man. It's all for naught, man. It's all for naught. And you can't take it with you. And the best quality is availability. If you're healthy, if you're fresh, you can go out and do the works of the Most High. You don't have to have $1 million in the bank to go out and do the works of the Most High. Perfect dollar, you don't have to have a jet, brother, to do the works of the Most High. You understand? Um, I know it's 2024 logistics. I know you gotta have a little bit, but it don't take that much. It don't take that much, man. It don't take that much. And remember, Exodus in the book of Exodus, man. It says 18 and 18, and that's why we need brothers. We need brothers because the laborers are few, right? We need brothers, man. It says but how can I bear your troubles, your burdens and disputes all by myself, right? You're talking about Moses. That's why we gotta elect people, man. How do we elect people, man? Exodus 18 and 21. Select capable men from among the people that are God fearing, that are trustworthy, man. That means good character. Good character, man. That's how he picks them. Abram at that time, our forefather Abraham, he had good character. Him, yeah, him making them damn idols. I want him. He's got good character though. You know, Noah, him. I want him. He stands for something. I like that. I want him. That's what it starts with. Not how these politicians do it, and they already, you know, got status and gain, but it's vanity and it's prideful, right? But the politicians, we just got done through this election. That's why I'm bringing this up, right? So it says select capable men from among the people, God fearing, trustworthy men who are adverse to dishonest gain. Brandon Johnson. You know that these Negroes, man, in office ain't a damn. And they're for dishonest gain. They're dishonest people, man. So that's another reason, man. The Most High is raising up all these people. He's making these heathen raise up all of our people to show us that we should not put trust in people just because they look like us. Because all of our people ain't our people. What did I say in Maccabees 11? What did I say? They came ungodly persons who hated their own people, and they went on to the king. And they a whole bunch of tattletales. They want a seat at the table. They want them buttery biscuits. They out for themselves. And we all seen the movies. Everybody that's like that ends up dying a horrible death anyway. Being out for yourself. Remember the Mummy? The movie The Mummy? That one dude, right hand man of the mummy, out for himself the whole time, had all the gold in the room. But at the end of the day, still got ate up by all them little beetles. He was so close, but yet so far. That one of the worst deaths in the whole movie. Right? Because putting faith in those material things, man. It's gonna cause you to live a short life. We do things for material that causes life to end. That's not of the Most High, man. That's a covenant of death, man. That's satanic. That's murder for hire. That's the stuff that they were probably doing before the flood. You know. So so in short, I'm gonna close with this. Isaiah 33 and 6. Lo, trusteth in the staff of this broken reed on Egypt, whereon if a man lean, it will go into his hand and pierce it. So is the king of Egypt to all that trust in him. What I'm trying to say to you is this kingdom will burn you. We're not gonna get reparations like how you think. You got this Indian dude Vivek Ramaswamy talking about some. We're not gonna give y'all reparations. We got to focus on all people. This dude Trump gave him a role. This man want to focus on an East Indian issue, H-1B visa. That ain't got nothing to do with nobody else but Indians. You cannot trust these people, man. They out for themselves, and we have to be for our people. We got to be for our people. All right. I'm gonna go to the chat before I close out. But we gotta trust in the Most High. We gotta believe in each other. We gotta rally around each other, and we gotta love each other, man, unconditionally, man. We gotta continually wash each other's feet. You know, the master isn't above the servant. You know, we all gotta have that humility, no matter what, um, no matter how life is for us. We should never look down on another brother because we got it going on and somebody else doesn't. Because the Most High authorizes who gets and who gets not. And he can take things away as well. So we got to stay with a meek and humble heart, meek and humble mind. We got to be there for each other. And we got to make it to this Passover, y'all. So excited. But anyway, let's get back to the chat real quick before we close out. She said, can't stop, won't stop. I know that's right. Bring it out, King. You said, I like that? Okay. I don't know what I said, though. You would want to say, you can start from the beginning of the first 5 books. That's the foundation. That is correct. That is correct. Start with the first five. Start with the first 5 books just in general. Okay. Genesis is deep. Genesis is pretty deep, but still read it. You know, but definitely Deuteronomy, Numbers, Deuteronomy, Leviticus, Exodus, my favorite book. You know, so read that. So definitely read that, man. Definitely read that. Yeah, let Nick Cannon do the wild out by themselves. I don't understand this. I don't. If he wears fringes, criminal. He's a killer, just like they represent, according to the man who gave instructions on how to of martyrs or fringes and so on, most of an unseen Holocaust. I don't know where you're going with this, but let's see. What did you got? A woman. I don't know if you understand the concept of war in the Old Testament. I don't know if you understand that the people that David was going against were his enemies, and he in Psalms would write the poetry and the poems and all these things about his enemies. So we have enemies. We killed our enemies and it was okay. Would you not put a man to death for molesting your daughter? We gonna take it all the way there. It's really real out here. There's a German woman who went in the court and shot the man that was molesting his daughter. Okay. There's just some things that you have to do away with in this earth that is righteous. All right. This thing is not black and white, is a lot of gray. And the Most High works in mysterious ways. And his ways aren't your ways. All right. You can try to make sense with it, but you got to understand that you're the clay, he's the potter. All right. Saul didn't do what he was supposed to do. Okay? He didn't follow instructions. I'm going to follow instructions. Now, whether you want to or not, hey, the Most High, Yahushua said, your beloved Jesus Christ, that don't want to hurt nobody. He said, you're going to have to beat these nations with an iron rod. Are you going to beat the nations up? Are you going to say, if he were finished, no, 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 no. I don't know where you're going with this. You're just random. It's just kind of random. I don't know what this is. Yeah, you wilding, you wilding out. But anyway, um, speak life, not wickedness. Seek all truths, just not 1611. I don't know what you're talking about, G. Joshua was very righteous too. Hey, Joshua was my guy. Love Joshua, man. Love Joshua. Um, he was the one that kind of made it happen after that. And he was the one that had all the people that really had the faith. He had them. Because there was a whole bunch of murmuring. We ain't gonna find it. We ain't gonna find this land. Where is this land at? Hey man, we thirsty, Moses. Give us some of that water. We thirsty, Moses. Give us some of that manna that you had. That was some good bread, wasn't it? It tasted like cornbread, didn't it? Man, none of them people made it, man. The people that had the faith made it. The people that knew that this land that we were promised was going to be out there. And it was all younger people with the imagination too, as well. To be honest with you. Yeah. But anyway, I have no idea. I don't know what you're talking about. Okay. Those of you waiting for the empty. It's this right here. I have no. What are you talking about, G? It's just too much. It's too much. A clamorous woman is it's giving clamorous woman. It's giving clamorous woman. I'm not one to do that because I know it's very dismissive, it's very rude, but I'm going to tell you right now, it's giving all over the place. It's giving clamorous woman. All right, that's what it is. Yeah, Con. If you got a lot of questions, read that. This right here. My little dirty fingernail. No, I'm just playing. Babylon is burning. Most High willing. Hey, Most High willing, we gonna make it to the Passover. What translations was I reading from? I'm reading King James. I'm just reading the King James version. But at the same time, we're not a precept heavy school. So when you read, you understand you could come with a deeper, it's not just just scripture. The scripture is not structured like that. When you fully read chapters, you could explain it like a story very beautifully. You understand? But if you need exacts, we can get the precepts too. But how we do it here, we like to incorporate the history, okay, as well as the precept, right? And get and put it to 2024 and get the full experience of the scriptures and not just reading it like it's like a list, like a grocery list, you know what I'm saying? It's very robotic, right? Because the Most High was rapping in parables. He was quoting the Old Testament, but the way he was doing it, he was paraphrasing. He was doing it in parables, right? So, we kind of take that on too as well. So that's how we like to do it. Now, am I as great as Yahushua? Nah. Do I do it in parables? Probably not. But at the same time, due time in my journey, we'll see. We'll see. You know, we will see. I don't know. David ravished Zion. So when you say ravished, you meant rape. That's what you're meaning. And that is bad. Okay. You make no sense. I rebuke you in the name of the Most High and Yahushua. And I'm praying for you because you're wilding. But anyway, Psalm 25 got some good verses for trusting the Most High. Exactly. I don't like to go like, hey, trusting the Most High class, and then just get all the verses, right? But that's great, man. That's great. Psalm 25. We are at his disposal. That's what's up. Where can I find y'all camp's music? Go to Alpha Omega Clan. Alpha Omega Clan. It should be. I know that AOC is a politician, like the little Spanish Puerto Rican chick. But if you put in Alpha Omega Clan, you'll see it. And then from there, we got a couple music videos too. All right, so you can check that out as well. And we got more to coming. That's why I say I'm multi. I don't know. I don't know what you're talking about. I'm sorry. I don't know what you're talking about. You all over the place. All right. So with that, I know this was a late one. Um, man, to water for y'all attendance and everything. Hey, and old girl right here, man, you got a lot of stuff. If you want to formulate that into like actual questions, I'll be happy to come back with something for you. I don't care. Um, yeah, this isn't. I don't. You go all over the place. Yeah. So do that. Three questions. Three solid questions. Make a class of it. Have some fun with it, and then we'll see where it goes. All right. Well, but I'm happy to have you. Most High bless. I mean, you were charitable with your time. You were charitable with your time. So I do appreciate you. Hey, Mother Bethia, man, I love you, sister. Wonder Walnut, it's always a pleasure. Hey, Danny G, get on that music. You know what I'm saying? You use it as inspiration. You don't have to rap about the things that we were told to rap about. We can rap about how awesome the Most High is. Okay, and we can put a little flavor into it. We can talk about some of these stories in the Bible. We can talk about the glory days of David, and we can be inventive with it, you know, and let your mind just run through. So just use brothers as a template, and then go on and elevate the worship of your Most High, man. Elevate the worship of the Most High. Write them poems, write them songs. Always thank them as much as you can, right? If you forget and then remember, thank him right then and there, right? That's what we're trying to do. Originally, this was the house of David. So the sister right here talking all that stuff, I don't know what you talking about. So with that, I'm gonna I'm gonna end the class. I'm gonna see you on the next one, and we're gonna talk about Jesus and if he's God. All right, that's gonna be the next one. Hey, Shalom. Have a beautiful Wednesday night. All right. Don't work too hard at the plantation. All right. And Shalom, family.